Okay. Whoa. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. I think we're looking good. We're looking chill. The background is dope. Okay. I don't even know what to say. Okay. Yeah. Okay, just gonna take a little sippy of water as always, because you gotta stay hydrated. Everybody knows that. Water never tasted so good. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sam Downey here. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you guys haven't already, so at SamDowney44. Also make sure to subscribe right here. I'm posting videos here all the time. YouTube.com/SamDowney. Make sure to turn on those notifications too, so you know when I'm releasing videos. Releasing videos all the time about like non-binary stuff, trans stuff, and just stuff about me talking about weird things, because you know that's what everybody wants. But yeah, thanks so much guys for all the support. Really do appreciate it. As always, you know, keep on sharing my videos with all your friends. You know, if anybody needs any like trans education or just like needs to know something about trans and non-binary people, you know, this guy knows what's up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all right, so like, let's get into the video here. So this video is going to be on why gender non-conforming people and non-binary people do exist. I'm going to be going over a couple of like factors of why they exist, and also, you know, why it needs to be a thing, and why non-binary and gender non-conforming needs to be taken more seriously in especially like Western culture and stuff like that. First of all, this video is not going to be focused on like pronouns or anything like that. That's like a whole different video idea as well. This video is going to be mainly focused on the fact that gender non-conforming people exist. So we're going to be going over some facts, and we're going to be going over some theories that I have as well when it comes to, yeah, gender non-conforming people and why they do exist. So the first argument that I hear a lot with people that don't believe in non-binary people and gender non-conforming people is, oh no, you're just gay. You're just gay. Like, you know, it has nothing to do with your gender identity. That's not a real thing. You're just a gay man, or you're just a gay woman. This logic is wrong because, first of all, I have met a lot of gay men who would never wear anything feminine. Like, they're not interested in wearing anything feminine at all. They dress mostly like a straight man, really, right? Like, the only difference between them and a straight man is they're sexually attracted to other men. So the concept of this whole, oh, you're just gay, it really doesn't make any sense, because, you know, most gay men, I'm not saying all gay men, of course there are some gay men as well that would like to wear, like, you know, dresses, makeup, that kind of stuff, but a lot of them aren't interested in that. They're interested in dressing like men, like, and their sexuality is a whole different thing. So it really just goes into the same thing as like gender identity is totally different than sexuality. Also, another good point as well is, you know, a lot of non-binary people that I know actually are attracted to, well, they're honestly, if you think about it, they're straight. So, you know, if you're an AMAB non-binary person, you're attracted to mostly AFAB people or feminine people, basically. So this concept of, you know, you're just gay, it makes no sense, because it really makes no sense at all when you're talking about it in that perspective. So really that argument makes, it's not really an argument when it comes to non-binary people and, you know, gender non-conforming. It's a whole different thing than just being gay or just being, you know, queer or something like that, right? Like, and that's why it needs to be a thing, and that's why it is a thing, and it's a real thing, right? Another thing that I hear a lot online and just from other people is being non-binary, it's kind of like being emo or being goth. It's just like kind of a look that like you grow out of, right? First of all, being non-binary has nothing to do with the way you dress. It has really just to do with how you feel on the inside and how you experience life. So for example, you know, as a non-binary person myself, some days I want to be feminine. Some days I want to be masculine. It has nothing to do with the way I dress, and I don't owe anyone androgyny. And I feel like a lot of people kind of like to group this non-binary thing into, oh, that's just a look. It's just androgynous look, and it's really not that at all. A lot of non-binary people, they want to look fully feminine, or they want to look fully masculine, and you know, that's totally valid as well. And sometimes they want to mix and match it. Like maybe their gender is they're more like gender fluid, and they want to, like, some days they feel masculine, some days they feel feminine. Non-binary is not like a style, right? And so really grouping it in with like, oh, it's just a phase or it's just a fad, like, you know, dressing emo or dressing goth, that kind of stuff, it really isn't the same concept, as those are more just like almost like lifestyles and ways of dressing, right? Which are totally valid too. Don't get me wrong, emo girls, nice. Also another point that kind of adds on to this one as well is the concept of being non-binary is not a new thing. It's been around for like, you know, hundreds, if not thousands of years. For example, it's a very big thing in Native and Aboriginal cultures, with two-spirit being a thing, and that's always been a thing. And really, being two-spirit has a lot of similarities to being gender non-conforming and being non-binary. So the concept of this gender non-conforming, being gender non-conforming, it's not a new thing at all. And I feel like a lot of people think that it's a new thing of the last like 10, 15 years, but it really isn't. It's just a new thing in Western culture. And that's a good point to bring up as well, that yeah, it's not a new thing. It's been around for thousands of years, hundreds, if not thousands of years, really. So yeah, that's something to consider as well. You know, I'm not saying, you know, I'm just saying, you know, it's been around for a while. Non-binary is not a new thing, bro. Now, also, gender is a social construct, as we all know, right? I think everybody on my channel probably agrees with that concept. Built to protect society in terms like non-binary, they are needed in the society, really. A really big point that I like to bring up as well is, you know, detransitioners. So if you don't know what detransitioners are, it's obviously people who, you know, they transitioned and now they basically transitioned back to what their assigned gender at birth was, right? So yeah, detransitioning, right? This is a big concept. It's really gotten very popular in the media over the last couple of years, even though, you know, you read a lot of studies and it's really usually like 1% to 2% of people end up detransitioning. But then you search detransitioners on YouTube and you get so many videos because everybody who detransitions wants to share their story, right? So then a lot of people kind of like, they think like, oh, well, you see all these videos online and like, yeah, there's so many detransitioners, like there's so much content about detransitioning online. So obviously this is a big thing, and people like to use that against, you know, transitioning kids and, you know, being against trans people in general, that it's like almost a phase, right? But I strongly believe, this is a theory, obviously this isn't a fact or anything, but I strongly believe that if non-binary and being gender non-conforming and that kind of stuff was taken a lot more seriously, we wouldn't have as many detransitioners, because I feel like a lot of people that do end up detransitioning, they actually were gender non-conforming or they were non-binary, but they were too scared to come out as their actual gender identity, because they thought if they came out as a binary trans man or a binary trans woman, they'd be taken a lot more seriously by society. And then they ended up fully transitioning and they're like, this isn't actually me. Like, what am I doing? So I believe that if we took non-binary a lot more seriously and it was actually like a real thing and people didn't just like make fun of it or think it was fake or something like that, we wouldn't have as many detransitioners, because people would actually, they would question their gender identity and look into other gender identities besides just being a binary trans person. And I actually think that, you know, like, yeah, a lot of these detransitioners, they actually were just non-binary or gender non-conforming, but they were pressured into transitioning fully, right? And obviously, you know, there obviously are probably some detransitioners that, you know, other factors were in mind where they, you know, they were having a lot of mental health problems, or they were like pressured by someone to transition. But I believe that a lot of them, though, because I have seen a lot of videos as well about like people who have decided to go off testosterone or go off estrogen, that I realize that I'm not a binary trans person and I'm just non-binary and I'm changing my gender identity. And, you know, that's totally valid as well. And I feel like, you know, that concept still isn't taken seriously of being non-binary and being gender non-conforming. So a lot of people do feel pressured into transitioning fully. That's why I believe that non-binary and the concept of gender non-conforming is a real thing, because first of all, there are a lot of people that are gender non-conforming, and, you know, it is a real thing. Like, obviously we wouldn't have gender non-conforming people if it wasn't real. And yeah, like, I feel like, you know, the term and, you know, the community need to be taken more seriously because it's a real thing. And I feel like a lot of people are pressured into fully transitioning because they think that they'll be taken more seriously by society. But yeah, if you have any opinions on this, or you have any other reasons why you think that gender non-conforming people do exist, you know, feel free to comment them down below. Like, I like hearing everyone's opinions. Also, if you don't agree with me on some of these opinions, like, you know, let me know in the comments. Obviously, I love to hear other opinions as well. You know, it is a big topic nowadays, being non-binary and being gender non-conforming, and it is a topic that needs to be discussed more. So, you know, getting other opinions and all that kind of stuff, always great to hear as well, because, you know, I believe that this is an important subject. subject to teach and to, like, you know, educate people on. But, you know, I know some people think that, you know, oh, we need to not tell people, especially young people, about this or anything like that, and they'll learn in their adulthood. But, you know, all opinions are valid, you know what I'm saying? Like, and everybody's valid. But yeah, really, besides that, guys, thanks so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate all the support that everybody has given me on my channel. Keep on sharing my videos with all your friends and everything like that. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you guys haven't already, at SamDowney44. Also, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel right here, youtube.com/SamDowney. Do it right now. Do it right now. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, subscribe button. Click subscribe. But yeah, besides that, guys, thanks so much, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.